魔導学もまた一つの学問なのです。古代図書館のことは心配いりません。
私いつまでも待ってます。
大司教のじいさんは心配性すぎるんだ。
よ
これ以上邪魔はする。意識は
あなたを止めることが私の任務。止められませんでしたね。
Oh, what's up, man? So I figured out what's wrong with New Genesis. The problem's been XSplit the entire time. I tried a bunch of fixes. The entire problem this entire time has been XSplit. The anti-cheat prevents XSplit from hooking onto the process, which means that I can't play it. Well, I can't play it, I can't stream it. I don't really like the game anyway, so I'm not really too worried about it, but I did figure out the problem just now. There's no way to fix that, pretty much. Because the anti-cheat they use is very intrusive. It's like kernel level. I don't know if I want to support that game. There's so much drama around that game. I don't even like fully understand the weight of exactly what happened, but it's a complicated mess. I looked up some gameplay. It looks really choppy.
これ私 さあ見ていきなさいまだ来たの
I don't know, I haven't really seen much on it. I don't have the disposable income right now to take risks. I already regret buying Critadel because apparently it crashes so much. I like the game, I think the game is really enjoyable, but it's really buggy and it's got balance issues. So if I like really want to play that game, I have to buy it again. Which I'm not opposed to doing, I do have the money to do it right now. Unless I get like some insane donation. Now I'm gonna be taking risks on the channel the rest of this month. So I get like some bonkers support. Judging by my numbers lately, it's not going to happen, so... Yeah, exactly. I'm not willing to take a risk on it. I have a hard time getting into Okinawa Rush too, but I think I just need to play that game more. I think I'd rather do that, honestly. And I'm getting a key for that, so it doesn't cost anything, which is really damn nice right now. I don't even want to RP. So I'm just gonna get people, random nobodies coming in and saying, "Oh, you're terrible for supporting this game." It's like, I didn't do anything. It's not my fault. I don't want to be held responsible for whatever the hell happened with that game. I don't even know what side to take. It doesn't entirely look like the game itself is even worth it anyway. Seems like okay at best. Kind of reminds me a bit of Paprium. Paprium is like that. Tons of drama around it. Then the game sucked. It's like, what was all that drama for? Not a good game. I don't know, it just reeks of Paprium to me. It's like not even really, it doesn't even look like it's gonna be that great of a game, but just the fact that it's got so much drama around it, it's getting attention.
大司教のじいさんは
邪悪
心配
な気運が吹き荒れ
性すぎる。
る嵐がここからも見えますね。
You know what? I'm just gonna play this later because somebody in my community plays that and he'll carry me for free. I don't have to deal with Atlanteans. Really bad lag and stuff. I'm just gonna play that later. Let's play something else. Just need to figure out what. So basically, I either uninstall PSO2 or I only play it offline. Those are pretty much my options. I don't really like the game much anyway, so. It's ironic, that was the problem this entire time. It's my recording software. No, it's not really the recording software, it's mostly the fact that the anti-cheat prevents the recording software from hooking onto it. Certain games don't work well on window capture. DFO works fine. DFO has, ironically, less intrusive anti-cheat, and they don't use Game Guard anymore. Have they even added anything to Avengers? All I've heard is people have just been complaining about the new microtransactions, which, I mean, shouldn't really surprise anybody. It's obvious that was going to happen. It's very rare for any service game to survive on just cosmetics. PSO2 is the only one I can think of that did it. They did it for like 4 or 5 years. They did get by with just that. I mean, there were some items that you could get from the loot boxes that you could sell for good money, but the main draw was still the cosmetics. They're like the only game I can think of where they actually managed to do that for like a significant amount of time. Everything else, it's like, regardless of how much people complain, like, people will pay for power. They'll pay for convenience. It's not surprising at all, but it is still shitty that they went back on what they said, even though it's obvious it's going to happen. I mean, the game must be bleeding money. There's barely anybody playing it. And I mean, when you want your whales to sustain the game and all you have in it's cosmetics, like, I don't really think that's sustainable, in my opinion. That's really pushing the limits of what's sustainable. You know, other games get by with, like, characters, or, like, the way DFO does it, where you have the packages, and the packages have stuff that you can sell. So, the packages essentially don't have any gambling in that game. There are random things, but you can buy them off other people. So, if you're willing to drop, like, $50 on 2 packages, you can generally buy almost anything in the game, except, like, really top-of-the-line, highly customized stuff, for like things that are maxed out, which is way better than any other service game when you think about it, because most things are tradable. Most things are tradable now. They did not used to be. Now they are. I haven't even paid attention to Avengers. I think I'm gonna unfollow the Reddit, because I'm tired of hearing them complain about it. I'm getting really sick of it. I get that it's frustrating, but it's just like, you got to realize at some point that, you know, it's made by people that don't know how to run a service game. So that comes with you know, the expectation. You can't really expect it to be anything that great. It sucks that that's the case. It really does, but that's just the reality of the situation. It's like if you get like a visual novel developer, you know, the people who did like Doki Doki Literature Club, you get them to do like the next Devil May Cry. You know, it's going to be playable with a very talented people, but it's not going to be as good as getting a studio that actually knows how to make that kind of game. And that's precisely what's wrong with Avengers. It's a single player studio trying to run a service game, and they're doing a terrible job at it. They have no idea like how to get people to spend money or how to keep people engaged. And I mean, those are like those are like the two things that matter the most. I mean, there's plenty of service games that have much worse gameplay or like even non-existent gameplay than Avengers, but they make way more money and they're more successful because they know how to keep people engaged, how to keep people logging in at least a couple times a week, you know, spending money at least, you know, somewhat frequently depending on the person. And when you don't manage to do those two things, your game is going to fail, and that's exactly what's going on with Avengers, and I really don't think that anything they can do will fix that. I do suspect that they are going they're going to go free to play. I really think they will, especially because it's on Game Pass now. I think there's a pretty high chance by this time next year it'll be free to play. It seems like they're trying to set all the
Blood rain, betrayal.
they're trying to set all the plans to do that. It would not surprise me at all. People are going to be pissed when it goes free to play, too. I'm looking forward to the fallout when that happens, even though it's painfully obvious it will. I think they're trying to sell as many copies of that game as they can until they go free to play. I don't even understand why it isn't free to play. Like, it already functions like a free to play game, you know, having like dailies and weeklies and stuff. Like, you're heavily time-gated on your progression and shit. Like, I don't understand why they haven't already. Maybe they want to get the game in a better state.
There's a whole nest of them, huh?
You couldn't make this game any less stiff. This game's still stiff and unresponsive. You couldn't fix the one thing wrong with this game, is the stiff combat. Why does every game play like this? So stiff, you can't dash cancel. Why is it so hard to make a game where the character does what you tell them to? They don't just stare off into space and get hit. Really frustrating. That's what all the reviews for this said. I got a key for this. I don't know how much I'll play it. It's so stiff. Why can't you fix that? Like, take like more than a day to fix that.
Not one.
This feels so clunky.
Not getting those. Do my job. I'll find
Let's stop making games that control like this. Make the character fast and responsive. It's just like every game plays like this now. It's just clunky. Like, how hard is it to just make them... This feels awful to control. Why did you remaster this and not fix the controls? I just don't understand. Like, who asked for this to come back? I asked for a key for this, hoping they'd fix the controls, but nope. PSO2 New Genesis controls. Characters locked in animations all the time. Figured this shit out with Mega Man like 30 years ago. If you're gonna make an action game, they should like force the game designers to play like responsive action games, not stuff like this where you just feel so slow. Character doesn't do what you tell them to do. That's like the main thing in these games that makes them fun to play, and you feel like you're in control. I don't understand how they keep missing the mark. Especially with this, that was always the biggest complaint with this game when it came out. It's like the game is beautiful, the music is great, the presentation is great, but the controls suck. You didn't fix like the one thing that people wanted. It's like really odd to me. It's not like usual stuff like, you know, we want more characters or, you know, remake the ending. The ending was bad. Like, the graphics suck. Like, those are much harder things to fix. This, it's like, make it control better. I mean, it can't possibly be that hard to do that. Really weird. I'll just put up a video for that telling people to avoid it. I just don't fathom why they even brought it back and they didn't they didn't fix like the one thing that was really wrong with the game. Very odd remaster. Well, it's easy to make a video for that. Just tell people it's the same game. They made it. They doubled the frame rate and the resolution. and called it a day. And they didn't bother to fix the actual problems with it. Which is really strange because people had very realistic realistic expectations. It's like, just make it control better. No one was expecting like an entire extra campaign or like full voice acting or anything. It's literally just make it not control like molasses. And they couldn't even do that. It's weird that that got a remaster and then like other stuff hasn't. I don't really think that many people were really asking for it. There was a lot of hype for it when it came out. I remember I bought the game on I think PS3 when it came out, and I only played a couple levels because it just felt so clunky. Well, they did promise getting into a better state with Avengers, but I don't really feel like it's going to happen. I feel like it's a little bit delusional to expect them to fix that game. To be completely honest, they just don't have the expertise. They don't have the experience to do it, and that's just the root of that game's problems, really. I don't really know what to say about it other than that. You know, it's like trying to like make gold out of cat poop. You know, it's like maybe somebody could do it, but the people that are currently working on the game are not capable of doing that. And honestly, it's like an insurmountable task. But it's made worse by the fact that they don't have the right people on the game in the first place. So I had fun with the game. I mean, it was definitely frustrating to play with all the performance issues and the bugs and stuff. I mean, I had fun with it for a while. I don't really expect anything else out of it. I find it weird that people are so attached to it. It's like, I mean, there's plenty of other melee combat service games to play. I mean, yes, they don't have the production values of Avengers, but they're better. They're better games overall. Like, just play one of those. I don't understand why people they keep getting in an outrage over that game. You can just play something else. It's really strange to me. I don't know. Maybe those people spent like $1,000 on skins, and that's why they're so frustrated. But I spent like an extra $15 on that game, so I don't feel attached to it at all. If it gets fixed, great. If it doesn't, you know, I'm not really going to be heartbroken over it. Kind of feel the same with New Genesis 2, to be honest. Like, that game, I really think it is beyond saving. I hate that I'm saying that, but... Like, that's kind of the reality of it. There's too many things wrong with it. I'm glad that people have faith, but I really think that the reality of the situation is... Reality of the situation is it's not going to get fixed.
Game's still stuttering a lot. I was hoping the patch would fix it.
I should be able to use the transformer drill to ride the updraft up there.
Hello? Oh. I'm confused.
Run a diagnostic for her. It's not. Don't.
If the Iron Dogs wanted to use it to escape, the machine should lead to the surface. I don't know where this machine will teleport me. I don't know where this machine...
No one wants to come by today. I don't think any funds are going to get raised today. I probably should not go to the game center. I have, like, barely any money. I'm getting so frustrated. So hard to get $20 from my other job today, and it's like, I don't even know how to properly spend that. It's like, just save it, not go anywhere, not do anything. Or go to the game center and have, like, no money. I don't know what to do. I'm really frustrated. I wish I made more. I'm getting tired of this, honestly. I'm just working too hard, and it's just not paying off. I try to not look at the numbers, but I kind of have to. I notice it's been getting a lot worse lately. It's really making me depressed. I think I'm just going to give up for today.